Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly podcast where we're too big for our britches, so we decided to YouTube live stream it. My name is Matt. With me is Neil. What's going on, Neil?
Hey, Matador. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Feeling a little energized by this.
Episode 209.
209. Did I not say that?
You did not. You didn't say, I don't even think you said the date or anything.
Off my game. I don't say the date anymore. I got rid of that shit.
Oh, you did? Okay. I don't pay attention.
Because this is evergreen content, Neil.
Right. So, yeah, we're big time in it. Now we're YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of us tuning in to the channel, whether you're here live or you're watching the replay, and you're wondering like, oh, it's not the Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks podcast, it's the Reasons Are Several podcast. That is correct. I do have a podcast with my wife, which is Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, and I have a podcast with my husband, which is Reasons Are Several. So this is me and the hubby doing our podcast together, which is a little bit different.
It is a little different, yeah. But I think you mention it thanks to Annalise every week on your show, so people have at least probably heard the name before. So this is it.
This is it. And we kind of decided to do it under the Halos and Heathens umbrella for a couple reasons. But one is because I'm making, when I say I mean the three of us, me, you, and Annalise, we're making a global Halos and Heathens brand of just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
You want to see unboxings? You want to see dogs? You want to see Matt? You want to see Neil? You want to see Annalise? You want to see makeup? You want to see
dogs?
Like a nonsense video driving through the snow? Freaking Halos and Heathens.
That was beautiful. Beautiful music. Yeah. So,
it was.
Speaking of Reno.
Yeah.
Can we get into that for a second?
You got some pickles for me?
And I don't have pickles, nor do I have any olives. But I was curious, one, if you took your slot gloves.
I did.
You did? Okay.
Didn't
for
play
anybody
slots,
who doesn't know that, Neil likes to wear gloves when he plays slot machines because he's worried about pink eye.
It's true. I got pink eye once playing the slot machines.
I thought it was your friend got pink eye.
No, I got pink eye.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, and the thing that sucked is I had ridden my motorcycle up there and I was riding back with one pinked eye. Not fun.
That's no bueno. Do you ever use the pink eye gloves? Do you ever use those gloves when you play video poker?
I tried, but it didn't work out well for me. No. I don't know what. I'm more tactile with the video poker.
Because I like to imagine it's like those like brown leather like driving gloves, with a little strap there. And then I would like you to also be wearing like maybe a silk scarf and some sunglasses or something. I think that would be some aviators.
Oh, no, it's worse than that. They're the head running gloves that have the little parts on the fingers where you can like touch your iPhone.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're but the really cool thing is that the running gloves have that not like almost like wide receiver gloves on the pads.
Oh, they're real tacky?
Oh, super.
Oh.
So like when you're playing slots, you're not going to let go of that ball.
Oh shit.
I did want to say too, before we get even farther into it, we'll be going back and forth. We'll probably be a little sporadic because we do have chat open. So we might be like chiming in with the chat. If you have listened to the Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, you kind of get the feel of it. But Mike said this is his first time listening to Reasons Are Several. So welcome, Mike.
Welcome, Mike. I've seen you in the chat for Daft Pod and all that.
And the two alpacas are awesome.
Yep, seen them too.
So they're probably wondering where the hell Annalise is. So you're probably going to get, for a little while until we figure out that the Reasons Are Several podcast is not Annalise and I, you might get like, hey, what are the two of you dumbasses doing there? Bring back the good one.
Bring the star back.
Yeah. But Annalise is in the chat.
Yes, that's right. I was going to say, speaking of Annalise, her comments about on your show, not to keep referencing your show, your other show. Sorry.
This is my show. Thank you very much.
Your show too. Your other show is the phone battery drainage fears. That really resonates with me because when I start to panic, it's a bad like slave to technology moment. Where, because you know me and technology, very fearful.
Very fearful. Run and hide.
But when it gets down to like the 30% range, I start to get a little panicky. Like I have to start going to low battery mode. I turn everything off. It's not good. I don't know why I feel that way, but I always do.
And it cracks me up because I don't really fear that, but I think that's because my phone hardly is ever below 50%. Either I get to a charging place or for as much as I look at my phone, I don't actually use the phone a lot. So it's like freaking, plus the battery on this 8 Plus is freaking, I think it's huge. So I don't know.
See, I'm still operating on an old, I got a 6.
Oh.
I'm way behind.
That's because you're too afraid of the 8.
I am, probably.
Yeah.
And I don't like the dongle. I like the fact that I can still plug my regular jack, headphones into my phone instead of having to use that damn dongle.
The dongle. And then this dongle doesn't work with the freaking microphone apparatus.
See? Poor design. What are you doing? We're not going forward. We're going backward. This is stupid.
We are.
They need to rethink this. Although the other thing that I found very interesting was you guys talking about how there's fucking USB ports, not just USB ports, fucking USB ports.
Right.
In the chairs at the casino.
It's amazing. At the bar, playing video poker, you can charge your phone.
That's so crazy.
And now they have them at the slot machines.
And were you just doing hand gestures?
Yeah.
Well, and so the cool thing is they have those there now for you to charge your phone, and now they have all your pictures. So that's cool.
Right. Right.
Ever worry about that?
Yeah. Do I? No. I think they should worry about that. I don't think they want to see.
They're like dick pic. Yeah. God, this guy just won't stop.
Yeah. Why is he looking at himself in the mirror? Why is he looking at his own dick in the mirror while he takes a picture of it? Oh, and really quick, we said before we started recording, and it's in the description, but for those checking us out for the first time on YouTube, are going to be using some adult language, and we'll be having adult content. So if you're a younger listener or have younger listeners with you, wrong bat time, wrong bat channel.
I think if you were to...
But thank you for trying it.
If you were to put the three of us together, you, me, and Annalise...
Yeah. I do in my mind all the time. I told you about the picture.
I was going to say, I was leaving the door open for you there.
Thank you.
If there's a swear meter, you're
John
about...
Mayer's brother's in the house, by the way.
Oh, right. Nice. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
So you're about here on the swear meter.
Mm-hmm.
Annalise is probably about here. I'm about here. I'm off the screen. You can't even see it.
Annalise would have given you a run for your money
good.
When we met. Like when I first met Annalise, she doesn't swear, I think, as much because I don't swear. So it doesn't.
Probably made her self-conscious about it.
Well, I think my dad made her self-conscious about it because he swears so much. And then Annalise was probably like, "Oh, I don't sound like that, do I?"
Sound like that?
Yeah. I'm like, "No, you're not racist. Don't worry about
it." Oh, dear. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about the weekend, not
the band,
artist, not the artist. No, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Several sports items, and everybody bear with me. But I'm an Arsenal supporter.
Arsenal.
Yeah. Arsene Wenger, longtime manager, has announced that he is stepping down.
Arsene Banger. Is that what you said?
Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Banger. That's awesome.
Banger.
Totally banger. Do whatever you have to.
So he has been there's been some turmoil. He has had everybody just kind of riding him for years and years about his lack of results. And so he's a legendary manager. It's sad to see him go, and it's kind of bittersweet, but they do need to make the change. But I mean, he won 3 league titles and 7 FA Cups, and probably has the largest nostrils on the planet. Have you ever seen him?
No.
The biggest nostrils in the world. Go take a look.
Great.
My brother and I joke about the fact that he can smell your fart before it even comes out. They're just like cavernous. They're huge. The only person I think that could rival him would maybe be Judd Nelson, because Judd Nelson's got some nostrils.
Yeah.
Sad for Arsene Wenger, but it's the right move.
And Arsenal is red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure I got my teams. And is Man U red also?
Manchester United is also red.
Okay. See, I'm down.
Liverpool also red.
So I'm going to interrupt you for a second. The 2 All Podcast is asking, who's our guest? We just tuned in. So this is Matt. And Matt actually started the Reasons Are Several podcast and brought me along because he realized, he's like, what this show needs is more awesome. So brought me along. So this is the podcast that Matt and I do every week, for those who already know. And we decided to go live with it and put it under the Halos and Heathens banner. So sorry for people listening to the podcast on the regular podcatcher wondering, whoa, that was a hard left turn. But hard left turns is what I do.
Oh, man. I just thought it would be funny if all of a sudden it was like watching, like, dude just starts dropping off. Oh, this guy's on the show. That's like, this is a regular show?
As soon as they realize Annalise is not going to be on here.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but I'm sorry So nostril guy. So now you're all in a tizzy because of nostril guy?
I'm just sad to see him go. That's all. I just wanted to make mention of it because he has been with the club so long. I've been a longtime supporter, and it's sad to see him go, especially going out kind of on a relatively bad note. Yeah. No, I got a frog in my throat.
Nice.
No, so that's sad. Do you want me to keep the sadness going?
Oh, before we do, can I ask one question? How's your dad?
He's good.
Yeah?
He's good. We actually went to dinner.
Progress?
We went to dinner last night. He's doing really well. For anybody who's unfamiliar, my dad had a surgery, and he's been doing
not as upsetting
since.
as the nostril guy leaving.
No. This was just minor. This is small potatoes.
Just surgery for dad.
But he is well on the road to recovery. I think he's 4.5 weeks from surgery. Is that what it is now? I can't remember now. I lose track of time. But he is doing great. Hey, it's not. That doesn't mean I don't care, motherfucker. I just don't remember. The days all bleed together.
I don't even have to set you up for it. You're just like, oh, I don't know. He had surgery. I think it's my dad. I think that's what it is. But he's doing well. He's doing better. Is he almost like moving around normally?
Oh, he's moving around great. He's doing really well. Yeah.
And back home now?
He's home. He's not in the facility anymore. He's been home
or at your house.
Or at my house now.
Right.
He did live in this very room for about a year. But I used to have to kick him out when we would do our podcast. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
This is important shit.
Yeah. I liked when he'd come back down. You're like, what do you need, Dad? What do you need?
Yeah. What? We're in the middle. Now I got to edit this out. Jesus. Are you going to do it? No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be up late tonight. God damn it, man. Yeah, I know you want to go to bed. You're tired. I'm 78 years old. I'm so tired. Yeah, I get it.
Freaking whiners. All right.
The poor guy has no idea he's the subject of so many conversations on this show. I don't even have the heart to tell him.
You should do a supercut of all the conversations we have of him and just give it to him for his birthday.
It would be brutal. It's going to be funny,
He'll
though.
Probably
because
like me a lot, though.
No, because it'll you try to make it come across like you care, but you care about is digging me and poking at me. Yeah.
See, now you're just deflecting. Now you don't want me to care because you want us to be on the same level of care. But the truth is, I care.
Hi, 2 alpacas.
Oh, hi, Mock.
Anyway, by the way, we were at dinner the other night. Was that just last night? Yes. See? Can't remember. Who's the one with brain issues?
You're going to make me spit out my water.
So anyway, we went to dinner last night with the crew, and my dad was allowed to come along. I was realizing at dinner.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys experienced this. Maybe I wasn't. I'm just a son of a bitch when I go out to dinner.
Really?
I just start complaining about everything. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I'm looking at the menu, and it's like, oh, that sounds tasty, and bacon. Oh, that sounds good wrapped in bacon. Everything's got motherfucking bacon.
What's wrong with bacon?
Bacon, I've shared
a gateway
opinions
drug.
before. It is a gateway drug. No, it's a gateway meat. No, it's...
No, I'm a gateway meat.
I like bacon with breakfast.
Okay.
And that's kind of it. I don't want it on my sandwich or my burger or...
You're turning into Jim Rome.
Or steak or shit wrap. Why? Is Jim Rome talking about that?
When he goes off on one of those tangents, it's like, why? It's bacon. Just tell him you don't want bacon on it.
It's just I'm just sharing some bits about me. That's all I'm doing.
Bacon bits? Bacon?
Not bacon bits about me. Oh, dear. So anyway, I'm complaining. Like every single thing. Steak got bacon on it,
Right. Where did you go to dinner?
Bacon. Oh, some place called Stone something or other. And
all right.
Not too far away. It doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't know if it was like a really nice place or kind of more in
it's decent. It's pretty nice. It's not crazy nice.
Outback Steakhouse or something like that.
No. I mean, they're making some nice steaks there, But anyway, and then it's like I get my salad and they got fucking red onions in it, and I'm like, why red onions should be not near anything I eat, frankly. Do you like red onions?
I love red onions.
No, you don't. Nobody likes red onions.
Ask Annalise. Ask her in the chat. She'll answer in about 30 seconds.
No.
I do. I like
red onions.
In fact, I grill them. I'll either grill them or I'll saute them almost every night, especially now that I'm just eating vegetables. I love red onions.
Really?
Yeah, big fan.
They're just so, and this is maybe red onions for me are the bacon. Maybe
first time, long time.
Maybe red onions are the bacon of the vegetable world for me. Like they're so overpowering in their flavor that you don't taste anything else.
Can't. If they're raw, you can't go big with a red onion.
No, it's just too much. So that's why I'm putting them in my salad. Like, don't put that in my salad. Don't put sunflower seeds in my salad. Well, why would you do that?
What's your feeling of not jalapenos but pepperoncini?
They're all right. I don't
See, to me, that's one of those that's too overpowering, like in a salad or something like that. But I like them.
Yeah. I just one other thing about the weekend. I went to a concert. Went and saw De La Soul.
Very cool.
They were fucking awesome.
Right on.
Really weird tour schedule. because I looked it up to see. I was like, where all are they going?
Right.
And it was.
Were you going to stalk them? Were you going to like Grateful Dead tour with De La Soul?
No, but I just wanted to see like, do they do like a big West Coast swing and then all this stuff? And I looked it up and it was like Portland. Mm-hmm. Anybody who doesn't know, I live in Portland, Oregon. So Portland and not Seattle, not San Francisco. And then they go to like Fort Worth, Texas in like 5 days. And then like 3 weeks later, they go to Ireland. It's like, what the shit?
That's interesting.
I don't know. That just was bizarre to me. It's like, why you guys can book dates. You just picking and choosing? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, they were very, very good. But one of the things is they had 2 opening bands.
Okay.
They were not really good. And I was wondering, how often in your musical career were you an opening band? Was that frequent or was?
Yeah, it was pretty often.
All the time. So what was the reaction?
Well, hey, not all the time.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, step off.
I worked
here.
My way up to be a headliner.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, the reaction depended. It was usually okay because we were playing with bands that maybe had a little bit more pull than we did, but we were friends with. So kind of. A lot of the friends that would go to the show were friends with both bands. So there was at least enough people there enjoying themselves where it didn't feel like we were playing to nobody and It didn't feel hostile. Because if anybody wanted to start saying like, you guys suck, there was too many people that were already there that it's like, well, I guess they don't suck that bad because these people are here.
Okay.
So...
Well,
but I've played a couple shows where we were just terrible, and people are just you get when you get off the stage, people are like, well, it looks like you had a good time, you get that, yeah, and that just kills you.
Well, it's hard too because the show started at 9, and it was a Sunday night, so by the time De La Soul went on, it was like 11:30. I didn't get home until 1:30. And I'm a late night guy, but that's not a way I want to start my week.
You're a late night guy on your terms, not on freaking De La Soul or some opening band's terms.
Right. Certainly not on the opening band's terms.
So the opening bands, were they known? Have you heard of them or were they local?
I guess they might have been. I have no idea who they were.
Why two? That's weird.
I don't know. But it was and it wasn't like they were fine. It just I just had zero interest in seeing them. I was like, can we move this shit along? Like I'm not here to see these guys. So it's brutal.
I kind of want to go back to the food talk for a second.
What else you got? Yes, I do eat. I do like sandwiches and beer. Annalise, thank you.
But we didn't. The one thing I'm realizing that we didn't finish. What did you end up eating?
Oh, I ended up getting a burger
with no red onion,
with no bacon.
Right.
It was pretty good. They make pretty good burgers there. It was between that, but see, because so many other things, they had the bacon so integrated into the meal, you couldn't remove it. Fucking bacon.
I love that.
The funny thing is, like I said, I enjoy it for breakfast, but I just don't want it any other time. Don't put it on my goddamn donut either. Voodoo donuts.
How with fries or salad on the side?
I ordered like a house salad that came before.
Okay.
Because
no fries.
I did get some wedge fries as well on the side.
Oh, the wedge. How did you like the wedge, huh?
They're all right.
I'm not a big fan.
Well, they were like kind of almost like a waffly wedge mixture.
That's too much potato, not enough fry, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I need some crispy. I need some. I mean, the good thing about a wedge is that it makes a good ketchup shovel. Like if you like ketchup, you can get a lot of ketchup on those wedges.
Yes, and my older son is big time. Like I want as much ketchup in my mouth as possible.
Yeah, I mean, for years, you better hope nobody comes to your house for Halloween dressed as a ketchup bottle. For years, the only reason I like fries is because I like ketchup so much, and it was just. And then when I discovered ranch and fries, then it was just like an edible spoon to scoop that stuff into my face.
I struggle with the ranch because...
Oh, God. Because people put bacon in it.
Yeah. But also because I had a roommate at one point who ate ranch on everything, and it would be in the corners of his mouth and shit. And it skeeved me out. I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, the food in the corner of the mouth, except for when you're actually eating and chewing. But when you're done...
You can lick your lips.
And... What's weird is people when they wipe their mouths and stuff is still in the corner of their mouth.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Did you just skip your face? Did you just like magically wave the napkin in front of your
they're an illusionist.
Grill?
They're like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
One last thing from the weekend. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So, my older guy had his 9th birthday party.
That's right.
Did some laser tag.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this. Thank you for reminding me. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
And you're welcome to everyone else.
Yeah.
So You work from home. Shut up. Come on, Annalise. What's that about? Why you got to say that? Anyway. Oh, because of the being staying out late. I gotcha.
Yeah.
So he had his laser tag party. It was a lot of fun.
She's just going to start dropping F-bombs at you. She's like, screw you, man. Honda driving fool.
But I come back. We bring the kids back here, and they're having pizza and stuff, and then we just kind of let them run around and do whatever. And there, we have this basement, fairly good sized basement. So they're down here running around.
We get it. You have a huge house.
Huge fucking house. So they're down here playing around. So we have a wall that I'm pointing, like everybody can see. It's out just right here.
There's a wall.
It's
not just an open space.
No, there's stuff over here. This is not a movie set. It's not like this is.
It's not the freaking moon landing. Come on now.
So yeah, I just actually have like a studio apartment, and it's just no, but it's. We made one of the walls a chalk. I just hit myself with the mic. Chalk wall.
Mm-hmm.
So paint, that stuff you can paint on, and it basically makes it almost like a chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that shit's called, but anyway. So I
blackboard paint.
Maybe, sure.
Okay.
So I put the bin of chalk out for them to write stuff. And I just kind of, they go about it, they have fun. I don't think about it. And then I think it was the next day. Mm-hmm. Either it was that night or the next day. I come downstairs.
Nodded on myself. I think I know what's
coming.
And
my brother goes, because my brother's sleeping down here while he's staying here. And he's like, I was like, what the hell is this? He goes, you didn't see this before? I said, no. You look on the chalkboard. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. All over the board. These are fucking 9-year-olds.
Wow.
Just F-bombs everywhere.
Are you sure your brother didn't do it?
No, I asked him. I said, this wasn't you, right? He's like, no. He's like, I was very shocked when I came in and saw that. So wow. I mean, I would say there's probably 8 to 10 fuck yous on there. and then the funny thing is they're also like trying to pick on like the two, like my younger son and his buddy.
Uh-huh.
And they were like writing warnings on the chalkboard, like don't come down here and da-da-da. And it said, they kept writing, you've been warned, but they spelled it WRANDED.
Nice.
So I wanted to write back and write, it's spelled WARNED, you fuck.
You're so angry.
So my wife still has not seen it.
So I want to just make, is it still there?
She doesn't even know it exists. Yeah, it's still there. I keep forgetting to tell her. So I was going to tell her when she gets home tonight. I was going to be like, so look what your son and his friends did.
So have you talked to the kids about it yet?
No.
So I just want to see if I got this right. You had the birthday party. They came over, all the kids. Well, first laser tag and came over and had some pizza. Then you got drunk and you locked them downstairs in the basement with a chalkboard wall, and you're wondering why they put FU all over the place.
Yeah, those were all directed at me.
Yeah, let us out.
Oh man, yeah, it was very shocking because sometimes you'll see like a bad word slipped in there somewhere, or somebody says something, or they like to refer to things like, oh, the F word, this, But this time it was like, yeah, it was pretty over the top.
That's awesome.
F you. So, Annalise, you love ranch? Yeah, that is gross. Corners of the mouth. Corners of the mouth is gross. Don't do that, folks. If you feel like there's something on your face, get rid of it. Nobody wants to see that. You can take that however you want.
Wow.
It's up to you. I told you we talk about adult topics on this program.
Annalise does love ranch, like a lot.
Okay.
It's a little scary.
What does she like more, ranch or mayonnaise?
Oh, I'm going to go with mayonnaise.
We're not going to talk about how those are both white creamy substances. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on.
We should. Guess who's dressing up for a mayonnaise jar for Halloween?
Oh, no. Would you, Neil, like to talk about some NASCAR?
On your beauty marks, it's time for the NASCAR Minute.
I hope you all enjoyed that. Does that come through on the live stream or no?
It does.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It does. It might not have been loud enough, but it does come through.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll allow Annalise to let us know.
What do you got for me this week?
Well, so there was a rumor going around that Monster Energy did not renew their sponsorship going forward for the NASCAR, the main NASCAR series. However, I can't find confirmation of that, so it may not be true. Kyle Busch won last week. Whoop-de frickin' do. NASCAR has not been totally holding my interest too much this year because the racing hasn't been very exciting. So,
okay.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
however, it does look like Matt Kenseth may be coming back to Roush Fenway, but that might just be a rumor too.
Interesting.
Yep. And I think we have Talladega this week. You'd think I should know that since we're doing a NASCAR.
Well, it's not like you do the fantasy league or anything. You guys don't participate anymore.
Well, that's because we're busy, Mark. We're really busy.
It's not that I'm not. I got fucking birthday parties. And,
you're too busy complaining about
bacon dinners and De La Soul shows.
So yes, it's Talladega this week.
Okay, you gonna set your lineup this week?
Yeah, I'm setting it right now. In fact, just go ahead and talk.
3 people set their lineups last week.
I'm telling you, it's
fucking pathetic.
I know. I blame Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon retiring.
Shouldn't you say Junior, or do we all know that Dale died 17 years ago?
Yeah, I figured. There's only one that's living. So if you want the other one to race, good luck.
That would be interesting. That would make me tune in.
Are you ready for
some football?
Like Annalise's message got held for review. That's awesome.
I'll approve that.
Oh, you know what? I am going to make her a moderator.
That's probably a good idea. And yes,
there we
go. Chris, I did have kids at my house. I understand what you're saying with that,
right?
Because if you go to a destination place with kids, it's easier to kind of break free.
Right.
But we were pretty upfront about, hey, come by and pick up your kid anytime after 2:30. So kids got moved out of there pretty quickly. So it was a little bit. It wasn't too hectic. That's okay, Annalise.
Sorry, Mark. All right. So here's your beauty tip for the week. Do not open, and I repeat, do not open your wife's, girlfriend's, boyfriend's mascara unless they are ready to use it, because they are not happy about it whatsoever.
Do you have a real world example to share?
You can watch the Halos and Heathens April Ipsy Glam Bag unboxing or opening. And I may have opened a mascara that was going to be saved for later. Annalise was a good sport about it, but I realized, so there's your tip. Don't open it. I thought they'd last a lot longer than they do, apparently, after you open it. I mean, I've used mascara in my day, but I guess I went through it before it went bad.
Do they have like a Best Buy or a Born On date on them?
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
What, do they dry out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Didn't know that. Anything else in the NASCAR front?
No, I don't think so. Do you have something?
No, I was just going to let you know how disappointed I am in your lack of participation in the fantasy league, because you can't ask a guy like me to join a fantasy league and have me not try. I'm a competitive person. So
I'm trying.
I'm going to put in max effort.
I'm trying.
If you would like, we can just not do it in the future, and then I don't have to pay as much attention.
No, I don't like, or I do like. I don't know which one I'm supposed to say right now. But we're going to continue this until the bitter end.
Oh, man. What does that mean?
I don't know.
That sounds like you've got some plan for the two of us. Switching sports real quickly. NFL draft is this week.
Excuse me. Sorry for that. Yes, it is.
Ready?
Oh, God damn it, Mark.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to just throw this out to you. So they're projecting between like 4 and 5 of the quarterbacks going in the first round. And those 5 typically are Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson. And of course, there's a lot of scuttlebutt about Lamar Jackson and people fucking ripping him, saying like he's not. I'll use an old timey word.
There's a lot of scuttlebutt.
Is that old timey or just more military style, or is it both?
Military. Is that a military term?
Isn't scuttlebutt? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of scuttle like Navy scuttled ship kind of thing.
Yeah,
maybe I'm getting
I don't
confused.
know if Navy's like, Sergeant, what's the scuttlebutt?
What's the scuttlebutt? Sorry. Private scuttlebutt?
Yeah.
It's like the wrong branch, too. You don't have private.
It sounds like what Zero did when his butt was hurting.
No. But there's a lot of talk about Josh Allen from Wyoming, who I know he's got the size and a very strong arm, but he just looks like he's going to be a motherfucking bust. I saw him play against the Ducks last year, and he looked terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm real interested to see where he goes. And then, of course, like Lamar Jackson, people are like, there's all this talk about should he have tried out a different position? Is he really a quarterback? And obviously there's a lot of racial undertones going on there.
Yeah.
So I was curious.
But I think he's a decent quarterback. I mean, I think he's got a lot to prove, but, as everybody coming in, I mean, I'm just saying he's not a sure thing as no quarterback is. But
no, but he's got a very strong arm. He's got a nice touch on the deep ball. Hey-o.
He's smart, too.
And he's very smart, yes. And he can run. I mean, he's extremely athletic. He's tall. I mean, he's got it all. So I don't see why.
A sexy beast. He is a sexy beast.
Hell of a dancer. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But who would you take if you're the Browns, number one?
That's Jackson.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because he's projected later, like first round, mid to late first round.
I don't think I'd wait. I think I'd just pull the trigger on him.
A lot of people are thinking it's going to be Darnold.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't. I'm not either, because he was kind of up and down. He certainly has the tools, but I don't know. In New England has been rumored to be looking at Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
So that would be interesting.
They've also been rumored to still be looking at Colin Kaepernick too.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. So the Seahawks are still too.
Yeah, I thought the Seahawks. I thought that faded out. I thought they gave up on that.
It came back up again yesterday. But who knows how, isn't that when he got the award? Was Monday when Colin Kaepernick
I think it was Monday, yeah.
Yeah, and it came back up.
That recently? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anybody else you're interested? What does New England need? Give me the one position
defense.
New England needs. Anything
defensive line.
Defensive line.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't need any defensive linemen?
The Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams don't need anything on defense.
They have added a lot.
They're making too much on defense.
They're making a run this year. This is the year.
It sucks though because they have nothing on offense.
That's not true.
I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just
very good offensive line.
I know. I'm just
very
good
running back.
No, you know what their offensive line is? It's bacon. It's all bacon with red onion throwing the ball. All right.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything else to say on that. I just was curious if you're going to watch that. The NFL draft's always interesting.
I will be. It's funny because, it's not that funny, but Chris was asking, how are the Browns and Jets going to mess up their picks again? I'm pretty sure the Browns are going to take a kicker the first round. And
yeah. No, Browns. I think the Browns are going to take Darnold, and the Jets are going to take Rosen.
Rosen. Remind me who Rosen. Where did he come from?
UCLA.
Oh, right. Rosen. Oh, I'm not. All that.
He's got a lot of skill, but I just don't know.
Sean's at work and he says he can't listen, but he's having fun making up his own dialogue.
So anyway, enjoy the NFL draft. I wanted to get back to our roots, if you will, because
there's a song I'm really into right now called Roots.
Oh yeah? By who? By whom?
In this moment, I think. I'll check.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we on this program, especially back in the day, talked a lot about sex dolls. And,
yes.
I feel like anybody who's tuning in on this through YouTube now would like to get a dose of that, because we have some strong opinions on sex dolls.
A taste of the true reasons are several dynamic.
Right. A lot of flavor in this. We used to have some bonus episodes we do that included a lot of this stuff, and then we kind of got rid of the bonus stuff. But I'm bringing it back this week. So we previously talked about how there were sex doll brothels that were coming around. There was going to be one in London. There's going to be one in Barcelona.
One in Portland.
Eventually, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But there's one in Germany that's been up and running since last year. And so there's this article I found. I think it was on Huffington Post, but I think it might have been a Vice article, Vice.com article, which big fans of Vice.
Right.
And fitting that it's on Vice. So the title is "The World's First Sex Doll Brothel Caters to Those Who Don't Want Human Touch." That's just a sad title right off the bat.
Well, I know when I'm thinking of having intimate intercourse as opposed to non-intimate intercourse, the last thing I want is human touch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just there for an explosion.
Scares the dogs to crap.
Get over here.
Yeah. Annalise is angry and the dogs are hiding. I don't know what is going on.
Dortmund, Germany may be ground zero for the next sexual revolution, thanks to the world's first brothel showcasing, I'm getting choked up again. Showcasing silicone.
Oh, I bet you're getting choked up. You're freaking starting to saliva. Saliva. You're saliva-ing.
So called, I lost my spot, called Bordal. The brothel opened last year to Johns wanting to enjoy the charms of one or more of the establishment's 13 female sex dolls and one male doll. So
nice.
They got you covered there, barely.
Thank you. But wait a minute. Wait a minute, Matt.
I was just speaking in general. It wasn't directly to you.
Oh,
that one.
Sorry. Okay. I jumped the gun on that.
That's okay. What is your question?
So if there's only 13 dolls, do they
Don't forget the male. There's 14.
So they clean them out immediately?
They didn't share the cleaning schedule, but I'll give you an idea of their hours.
Okay.
Because we might have some labor laws we need to enforce here.
All right.
Each session with a doll costs around $101 per hour, which, that's not too bad. And owner,
because the nice ones are what they're like 5,000. The nice ones start at like $5,000 or $6,000, right?
Well, yeah. So they say what she paid for hers, but we saw some in the past that were, I think, that Real Doll Company or whatever, and they were somewhere closer in the $5,000-$6,000 range.
Yeah.
But it says owner Evelyn Schwartz says each doll is booked to work 12 sessions a day, according to this article. So that sounds like an overworked doll. So you're doing 12-hour-long sessions a day. And I'm just wondering if they like get cigarette breaks or anything like that. Because they've already got the mouth open.
Yeah, but they're healthy dolls. They're not smokers. This is the thing that worries me. I'm not so concerned about the doll or the sex with the doll, because that might be okay. I want to meet the person who cleans the dolls. That's That's
a terrible job.
Yeah.
That's like cleaning out the peep show rooms,
If that person looks like me on a Sunday morning, no, I'm not messing with the dolls. Not after I've worked on the cars, Well,
because they're going to like skimp at some point. They're going to be like, it's clean enough. And then you're in there.
If you're not making good money doing that, why would you care?
You're going to cut corners.
Like, how excited and how much effort are you going to be to scrape out all the man goo when you're going to have to do it again in probably 35 to 40 seconds? Like, you're just like, whatever.
No, I don't need the full hour.
No. I mean, I think you just spray some Lysol in there and hope for the best.
Well, I guess, or maybe what they should have is there should be like a dishwasher. They could just blast the shit out of them. Of course, you're not going to get into those orifices, are you?
Well, Annalise says I can't say my own wife's name. Annalise says car wash style.
Yeah, see, or Brian, restaurant dishwasher. That's another one. It's kind of like, weren't you guys talking about that on your show about the public bathrooms that just hose themselves out once you leave?
Right. I think they were French invented, but yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you leave the room and the entire room gets hosed down.
The doll turns itself inside out and then just freaking shoots everything everywhere.
Oh God! But don't dare walk in when that happens, because you will be scarred for life when you see that doll turned inside out.
And then so if you're with the doll,
yeah.
And then like you turn it into
when
right. And then you turn it into the person who cleans it. That means they have to check everything.
Yeah.
Because some people are going to get crazy with it.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Okay.
So Schwartz, really quickly, Schwartz purchased her silicone working girls from Asia for around I love how it says around, and then it specifically says $2,538 each.
Wow.
Each plastic prostitute is a different size with different hair colors and breast sizes. Since opening the brothel doors, Schwartz said men all over Germany have patronized the establishment and claimed 70% have come back. 70%?
So it's $100 an hour per doll. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
101.
101. Ah, man.
It's around $101 an hour.
Right. Man, I don't know. 70% of first timers came back.
Which is total bullshit. That's just a fucking stab in the dark. Like, about 70% come back.
I don't know. They might have some good stats on that.
She's also marketing it. It's not a study.
Who's going to say
woman
differently?
Who runs it? Well, of course. No one is. Who wants that study?
Yeah.
Nobody. For many, Neil, it's not a fetish, but more of a curiosity.
Sex is a curiosity, or sex with a doll is a curiosity? Sex with a
doll is a curiosity. For some, it could be sex in general. We've talked about this before, that if that's the only way,
that's
you
true.
Can get that going, then maybe that's what's for you. Maybe that's the move.
Yeah. I mean, I do believe that there are places in our society that people need a good doll pumping, because they might not be, they might not be feeling good any other way.
It's true. And that's fine. They don't want the human touch,
No. The world is peopled by mats.
And Chris, I like human touch, okay?
When you're with your lady friend,
yes.
like, is it like a plastic sheet with just a hole cut in it? I mean, how do you get around it without touching?
No, it's like that Chappelle skit. I do it through the hole in my underwear. The opening.
That's awesome. That's great.
So she goes on to say, it is not uncommon for women to wait outside in the car while their husband has sex with a doll. They see it as a toy, she said.
Well, I don't know. I mean, a very open relationship. Maybe you're okay with that. And you're like, well, I don't want you to be with a real person. But if you want to go have fun with the doll, because they know that the dude's going to be back in a couple minutes. I mean, he's paying $101, but he's going to be back. Yeah.
Why don't you have him take you to a dinner and fuck him?
She's texting her boyfriend or girlfriend from the car having phone sex.
Or do you think she waits till he goes in and then she sneaks in on that mail?
So this is what I was going to ask you. What if it's not cleaned while the mail? So I go in. Well, it doesn't work because I can't get anyone pregnant. You go in. Oh, you can't.
I can't either. We got snipped, bro.
Some guy goes in that can, and he's loving up on the male doll. He's having a good time, and they're sword fighting, and that's when he does this deal, and it gets on the sword, and then the person who's supposed to clean it doesn't clean it very well. Then a girl comes in. Then a girl comes in and rides Plastic Boy, and then she gets pregnant. Yeah.
I guess that's just a risk you're going to have to take.
That's why I want to meet the person cleaning these dolls.
We need to have them on the show. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, that would be
like a 4-part episode.
That'd be good.
We just keep going. So wait, what do you do? How do you do it? Are you sure you get it clean?
Yeah.
Are you just pouring Purell all over it? What is happening?
What do you think the plastic dolls smell like? Do you think they spray them down with perfume, or do they smell like plastic?
What if they smell like new shoes? I'd be addicted.
Oh, me and you both. They
or
just
like
have to make
a can of tennis balls.
Make a sex doll just out of new shoes with a little faint smell of that like gasoline, because that smells good too.
Or paint, maybe a little paint.
Well, I'm gonna do the painting if you know.
Paint in the taint, bro.
A little tattooed taint.
The breasts smell like tennis balls. New tennis balls. I mean, we could really, I think
I'm getting this. I think I'm getting what's going on now. And I think what happens is the wives have been listening to these fetishes for so long that they're just like, I will wait in the car, you weirdo.
Yeah, just do it. And don't tell me about it. When you get back to the car, I don't want to know what happened.
No.
Okay?
She smelled like tennis balls, babe.
Babe.
She's my tennis ball babe.
Oh, my God. Anyway, last thing on this, and it's disturbing, so be warned. Have we warned people about all this? Yeah,
I think so.
Schwartz said most customers have treated the dolls with respect.
Okay, that's most people.
But she's already had to replace one doll.
Oh.
Schwartz said a 5'1" blonde, blue-eyed doll's backbone was broken. She told Vice the customer created a second asshole.
Oh, God.
What are you doing in there? What, do you have a drill, or do you just hammer
it? Jam it in there. Yeah, use your sword. Oh, I cannot believe. Oh my goodness, no.
How? What? Why?
No.
Why would you want to? I don't get that.
No.
They don't even name the doll. They don't even say which doll it was. That poor gal.
Oh, it was probably Tiffany.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, so that is all.
I like that. Anyway,
that is all for the sex doll.
Nice.
Did you want to do a little bit of, we did this several, what was that, a couple months ago?
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while, but Neil wanted us to get to know each other better because of our strong partnership. So he found a quiz that's like, what is it? How many questions?
99.
99 questions, and I can't remember what episode, so I'll have to go back and check. I'll just dub it in later. Episode.
That would be great.
But we went through, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 or something like that. So you were going to, I don't know where the hell we left off, but I assume you have some sort of track on it. And also you and Annalise did this on your drive to Reno.
Right.
So we want to get their answers.
We did. We had a couple. So I'm going to skip the questions that Annalise and I did also. But I've got a couple here. Have you ever been in a stage production?
Yes.
All right. Let's hear about it.
I took a drama class in 8th grade. And so we did a number of things in class, and then we had to build up to this night, or well, actually, I guess it was 2 different nights. And so there were I think there were 3 different productions, and I was in 2 of them. One of them I was just a very small extra role, and which was a funny one because while we were doing it, they went from the first act to the second act and came back to the first act, and nobody knew what had happened. It was like, how did that? Because you know how, have you ever, well, we'll get to you in a minute, but
sure,
we'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not taking away any of the limelight, man. You go, you take as long as you need.
Well, because when you do these productions, you're so geared toward your cues.
Right.
And what line leads to the next. So if somebody fucks up and does the wrong line, you will just go with it a lot of times.
Sure.
And you get totally off track. So they were able to get it back. But the other one I did was called The Hotline. And it was this thing where there's 3 of us guys sitting around and we're trying to find like dates to a dance or something. And we have this book and we're going through trying to call these different people. And it's a lot of dialogue. I think I had like 170 lines or something.
Oh, geez.
It was a lot. It was so much so that me and one of my best friends, Ryan, we played the same role 2 different nights. They didn't want us to have to do both nights since it was such a huge role.
Gotcha.
So they broke up the cast into 2 nights. So we did that. And there was only one point where I was going through and I was sitting there and I just totally lost it. I was like, I have no idea what the fucking next line is. And I turned and there's this guy, Toby, who was in my group. And I said, so what are we going to do? And he just, boom, like skipped like 4 lines ahead and got us right back on track.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we got lucky there.
That's
but it's
good.
tough.
You skipped the 4 lines that you needed to actually know like what was going on, though.
I don't think it was going to kill the plot too
Right.
much because it was pretty simple. This dialogue. It was just us sitting around, saying how we were going to try to get like the hottest girls in school or something, and then ended up not. So
Right. It wasn't like, and then the person did it. What are we going to do? I don't know.
I don't know. Moving on.
I was in some productions. My favorite was when I was a senior in high school. A friend of mine and I wrote a whole variety show that was almost 2 hours long that we performed 3 nights when we had the whole drama department to choose from. So we had people write skits and do all that, and then we tuned them up and then put it on for 3 nights.
Awesome.
Well,
see, that's more exciting because that's something you're creating yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
A little more, vested interest, whereas mine was like, oh, I get to just take these lines and run with them. So I'm more excited by your project than mine.
Well, thank you. All right, I got another one for you. Which sports team would you rename, and to what would you rename them?
I'm going to guess that you're going to pick the Washington franchise in the NFL.
Correct.
Do you want to just go with that?
That's what I would go with. I would rename the Washington Redskins well, no, I'm not going to say that. I would rename them. I think I would steal. I mean, you can't go Capitals.
No, because they already have one.
But I think I'd go like the Washington were really, really sorries.
Oh, the apologetic nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Washington mea culpas.
Oopsies.
There was my Latin coming out. Oopsies. I think I would. The only way I would rename a club is like so that it moved to Portland. Like I would like to rename the New York Islanders the Portland Islanders and have them move to Portland so I could have an NHL team. There's no team out there that really bothers me as far as their name. I mean, there's some goofball names out there, but nothing.
Don't like the Wizards.
The Wizards is dumb. I actually still say Bullets a lot of times because I just can't. I'm in the habit of saying that.
And I get changing Bullets, but I don't like Wizards. I'm not a big fan of Thunder. I think that's a little goofy to me.
Thunder's kind of goofy. The Pelicans is pretty silly.
Yeah, don't like the Pelicans.
Especially since they just beat my Blazers, those motherfuckers.
Right. In football, I'm trying to think. I can't think of. I'm not a big fan of the Titans. I mean, it's not a bad name. I just don't really like the name. But I don't know.
That doesn't bother me.
I don't like the Giants too much.
The New York Football Giants?
Or the San
Francisco Giants?
I just don't like the name Giants. I think it's... Yeah.
All right.
I think it's
weird.
rude.
It's cruel.
Yeah. It's kind of bizarre.
I don't know why.
All right, let's see. I had, what would you include in a time capsule?
Well,
you can, and if you don't like these, you can say, no, give me another one.
That's okay. It's an undetermined amount of time as to when it will be opened.
Yes. I mean, it's going to be like a week.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know. I'd probably put like my 10 key, some of my athleisure wear.
Nice.
Because that shit never goes out of style.
No, ever.
And maybe a bottle of Dracar Noir.
Nice. I think I'd throw in a used sex doll. So when somebody opened it in the future, they'd be like, what? Wait, what?
And then the girl gets on it and gets pregnant from sperm 20 years in the past.
I have to throw in sperm just in case someone got confused. And then she gets pregnant. How?
From sperm.
How did she get pregnant? I don't understand.
We're here to educate, folks.
Which sandwich topping do you most identify with?
Ooh, not bacon. Not red onion.
I do think Annalise and I did this one, but I don't know how far we got.
Man, that's a tough one. Because I don't think you can really say I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, I love avocado, but I don't know if I would say that as a topping. I'm
You
thinking
don't
more like condiments.
Well, you know what's fun? Well, I think you can go either way, but I think avocado would be good for you because of because of the color.
Because it's green and I like green?
And it's got a little bit of yellow in it, so you're kind of a duck.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, avocado's just so good in everything.
Brian says peanut butter, and Chris says whatever meat is on it, so I guess he'd like a Neil sandwich.
The Portland accountants, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I like mayonnaise, even though it's not very good for you.
Uh-huh.
It's either avocado or I do like a little bit of spice in there.
Okay. Sriracha?
Which is why I enjoy our show.
Right. A little bit of that dark meat on your sandwich, huh?
You know that on Skype now, because of the update, when I look back at the history of calls, it just says dark called.
You're like, yep, that's my boy.
So does that mean when you're on your side, is this white called?
Translucent called.
Damn it, yeah. Pasty called. So the other one would be like a spicy mustard, like Dijon type mustard. Certainly Grey Poupon, because I'm pretty highbrow.
Oh, that's too funny. All right.
Let's do one more and then we can wrap up because I think we're kind of...
All right. I found one that I wanted to ask you, so I'm going to have to get back to it here. Let me see. No. Oh, what? Okay. I can't find it, but I think the question was, what game show? Oh, is there a game show you'd like? No. What game show do you think you definitely win? That was it.
Jeopardy.
Really?
Oh, I fucking dominate Jeopardy.
I love that people can see your face now. If you're listening to the podcast, go back and watch a video because he's so dead serious.
I am good at Jeopardy. I've always been good at Jeopardy. I'm a trivia guy, so I've always kind of enjoyed those games, Trivial Pursuit and all that stuff.
Right.
So Jeopardy's always been kind of my jam, and we used to play in college and compete against each other and stuff, real nerdy stuff.
Nice.
Did I ever tell you, by the way, there was a guy, his name was Wes, who was in my... When I lived in the East Coast the last 2 years of high school, and he was in my government class or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of the prototypical kind of nerdy looking guy, real pale, skinny, incredibly, incredibly smart. Mm-hmm. And he was taking so many classes, like he was taking all these AP classes and got an ulcer. So they were like, dude, you got to like take a lunch.
Right.
They had this trivia thing where they would do at the high schools called like, oh shit, I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, he would just crush that. Right. So he went to go get on Teen Jeopardy. And he comes back and tells me about it. And he's like, yeah, they wouldn't let me on. They said it wouldn't be competitive. And I was like, oh, come on, dude. Then he went on College Jeopardy later. He was in college. I think he went to Duke. And then he went to like MIT after that and shit. And just cleaned house. Wow. And I think I think he came back for the Tournament of Champions and did well as well. So he is crazy bright guy and just dominated that game. So if I was going up against him, I'd be screwed. But I think I would be a pretty good otherwise. I mean, Wheel of Fortune, I dominate too, but everybody does, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's Hangman.
Pretty much. But you got to watch. You don't want to hit bankruptcy. That's the thing. You
don't want to hit bankruptcy, but it's a pretty easy game to win. I think you don't need a lot to get that phrase that pays.
Right.
They made it a lot easier too, because that last round, they give you 5 letters, and then you pick letters. It's dumb.
It's the bacon of game show. No, you're not.
I can go off on Price is Right next if you want, but I won't do that.
I think for me, it would be either that Big Money No Whammies game.
That is called Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
Big bucks, no whammies.
Thank you. Or maybe the Pyramid. Yeah.
Because you can just read people and you'll know exactly what they're talking about when they're giving you those clues.
Well, I think we have the definition of win a little different. I'm not saying I'm going to get the most money. I think I can make the most impact on society in those two.
What wasn't the question? Which game would you do the best at? So you're just taking
it says what game show do you think you definitely win? And I think in my head, my version of winning, I'd win $25,000 pyramid. Or I think now it's $100,000 pyramid.
I think it went up, inflation and all.
Yeah, but I think I'd dominate that game.
That would suck if you went on that game. It was just $20,000. Like you get through all that stuff.
Yeah.
Here's $20,000, and by the way, you immediately owe us the taxes. Have you ever heard that shit?
Oh yeah.
Somebody was telling me about Price is Right. How they went on Price is Right, and they're like, okay, so you won like the showcase or whatever, and so you owe us $9,600 in taxes if you want this stuff, and you got to pay us right now.
Yeah, you have to find a way to pay. Yeah, what I hear, I don't know this for sure, is that they have like people there that say, well, we can lend you the money to pay for that at like some crazy interest. Yeah,
dirty dog stuff.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dirty dog in the freaking.
I don't know. Another reason to have issues with Price is Right. I got a lot of them.
So 25,000. Yeah, turtle, sandbar.
Are we playing this game now?
Yeah,
things you find in
an ocean. Gotcha. So you can't say it would just go all the time. It'd be like turtle. No, that's the word. Okay, sandbar. Well, no, that's the word too.
Well, that's like that game, that board game, Taboo is what it was called. I think
so.
That had the buzzer, the annoying ass buzzer.
Yeah,
yeah. If you said one of the 5 words, you can say one of those. Yeah.
Right. That was always. I mean, I think the best thing is never to look at the 5 words.
Yeah.
And just go for it. Because as soon as you look at the 5 words, those are the only 5 words you can think of.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The only things that come. What?
Well, I come to mind is what I was going to say, but I cut myself off short there.
Yeah, you did.
So, Carl, his team is 3 people short for bar trivia tonight, so I need to get up to Calgary. That's going to be freaking do it. I don't think I can make it.
Just
in time,
Skype
Carl.
in.
Yeah, can you do that?
Carl just hold his phone the whole time.
No, just put me like with it. Just get it like your earbud out. But have the the volume up or whatever.
But I don't think he's saying that he can't play. I think he's saying he needs a person there.
But it sounded like he wanted just extra help. So I don't know.
I would say they just set up a laptop and you're just there on Skype.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah,
let's just do that. Everybody's like, what the hell is going on?
The max headroom of,
or those robots that are on that move around, have wheels, and like it's a screen where the guys.
There you go.
Yeah, let's do one of those.
Like Phil Dunphy did on Modern Family.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Chris Meyer is boasting that he's the Scattergories champ.
Nice.
I wonder what your wife would say, Chris.
I play a mean hungry hippo.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I've never played against him, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, I think we should wrap it up because I heard some of the family come home, and we've got to have a little chat about fuck you on the chalkboard wall. So
fair enough.
We should get this over with.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to wrap up the podcast real quick. Thanks, everybody, for listening. You can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. You can find us on your podcast app of choice. Please subscribe and review the show. Tweet at us, which we forgot to mention at the top. At ReasonsR is the main account, and then Neil is at AngelsFreak7. And nobody's going to email us, so I won't even share that.
All right. And
it has been a pleasure talking to you, Neil.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, Matt. And if you're listening to the show and would like to watch it, go check it out on Halos and Heathens.
Thank you very much. I hope this went well, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. Oh, you know what? The other thing I forgot to mention?
Huh.
Got a new mic, man. So I might be sounding a little different.
That's right. You sound good.
Yeah,
sound
I got
really
this
good.
Big honker right in front of me. Anyway, thank you. Bye-bye.